Oh, good, Marissa. That's awesome. All right, I'm waiting for my tab to share, and as soon as the tab is shared, we're going to get started. Or the screen to share, whatever. As soon as the screen shares, we will get started. All right, so remember yesterday we talked about the conjunction and but and or. Those were the ones we focused on, and how we add a comma and we pick and but and or. And remember, they can do 3 different things. And shows conjoining, or is comparison, and but is shows contrast. So that's what we did yesterday. But today we're going to talk about something a little bit different. We're going to, instead of just compound sentences, we're going to talk about complex sentences. So subordinating conjunctions are words that connect one part of a sentence to another, just like what we talked about yesterday, connecting sentences, this one to this one, right? The subordinating conjunction makes one part of the sentence dependent on the other part, forming a complex sentence. That means that if something's dependent on one thing, like, you have to have the second part in order for the first part to work, okay? So we need both parts. So here's an example. Because the climate is dry, lizards thrive in the desert. So by adding the word because, my subordinating conjunction, the climate is dry, we have to have that second part. The sentence, because the climate is dry, what about this climate is dry? That doesn't finish the sentence. We need that second part, lizards thrive in the desert. All right? So basically, when we have a subordinating conjunction, we need both parts of the sentence for things to make sense. So use subordinating conjunctions in parentheses to form a complex sentence. So I'm just going to give you some examples here. So we go camping. We make a list for supplies. So that's 2 sentences, but I want to use a subordinating conjunction. So the conjunction they want us to use is before. So I would say, before we go camping, comma, we make a list of supplies. Okay? Number 2, we are waiting. Let's discuss how the tortoise finds food. Okay, we are waiting. Like, those 2 sentences don't really go together that well. But if we put while we are waiting, comma, let's discuss how the tortoise finds food, those fit together perfect. Number 3, if we hike the trail, we will see foxes near the cactus grove. Okay, if we hike the trail, like, once again, these sentences are boring sentences and they don't really flow together that well. But if I add this little subordinating conjunction and say, if we hike the trail, comma, we will see foxes near the cactus grove, it flows much better. And lastly, the marshlands are beautiful. I would rather camp the mountains. So the marshlands are beautiful. I would rather camp the mountains. How are those 2 things connected, the marshlands and the mountains? Well, we add that subordinating conjunction in the front. Although the marshlands are beautiful, comma, I would rather camp the mountains. Okay? So some examples of subordinating conjunctions are because, like in our example up here, before, while, if, and although. All of those can be subordinating conjunctions. Okay? So remember, a regular coordinating conjunction, the ones we talked about were and, but, and or. And you add the comma, and then you add them just to form the sentences together. And then some subordinating conjunctions that we talked about are if, because, although, after, and when. There are other ones, but those aren't going to be the ones that we focus on. Okay?
So, Miss Kneifel?
Yes, ma'am.
So then for that one, first subordinate, I can't pronounce that word.
Subordinating conjunction.
Yeah. So when you do that, I was on the Google Doc, and one of them says I wrote my report on the Everglades period. I researched my topic thoroughly. How would we put that? Because I don't really get it.
Well, I'm not to the Google Doc yet. Hold on. I'm going to go there in a minute.
Oh no, I know. I was trying to understand it because you had went through different sentences on the paper you're on.
I'm going to pull up the Google Doc in just a minute. So, really, compound sentences and complex sentences just help us not use run-on sentences. So here's an example. We know what run-on sentences are. They're too much. They don't make sense. They don't have commas. We're like, oh my gosh, we don't like that. So a run-on sentence would be, the hikers entered the forest. The world became very quiet. What? That's crazy. I can make that a compound sentence by adding a comma and. The hikers entered the forest, comma, and the world became very quiet. Or a complex would be when, by adding that subordinating conjunction, when the hikers entered the forest, comma, the world became very quiet. So that is why we use compound and complex sentences to help us not have run-ons, okay? So I am going to stop sharing that and open up our Google Doc and start sharing that. We're going to go over the other pages of the homework. We're going to do a few together. Hopefully, if you guys took my suggestion, you already did the first 2 pages of your homework. As always, though, grammar's due on Thursday morning by 8 a.m., okay? So that has to be done by Thursday morning. That way I can double check it before we have grammar in the afternoon, okay? So as soon as my little screen loads, the grammar, I promise we'll go over some together. Like I said, my internet not working as good as it was this morning, so bear with me. Oh, that's not the button I wanted. Oh, no. Bristol. Shh.
On the Google slide, you're gonna do one with us. And are we doing all 3 pages, like the rest of them?
I'm gonna review what we did yesterday once the screen shares. Then is always that one's simple. That page is always pretty quick, but I gotta wait for the screen to share. Sorry, it's taking a minute. How'd the math test go while we're waiting for the screen to share? Good, bad?
I got an 83%.
Sweet.
I got a 92.
Sweet.
So Molly missed 1. I missed.
I got a 92.
So did I. Nolan, I missed 2.
Yeah, I missed 2. Angela missed 2.
I missed the question number 2, and then I missed 9.
Yeah, that was me too.
No, it was 8. I missed 2 and 8.
Molly missed 1.
Other than that, everything was correct.
All right. Good job.
I got a 92 on my test.
Good
job.
I think it's sharing now. Can you guys see my presenting my screen?
No.
It's not up yet? What the heck?
There it is.
Okay. So, remember yesterday, all you had to do for the first 5 was find the conjunction. It was either and, but, or. So you had to read the sentence, find it, and then you had to tell me what it did. Remember, and joins together, but shows contrast, or shows choice. And if you didn't remember that, they are right up here for you to see. And at the bottom, the last 5, you had to read what was in parentheses, shows contrast. And then remember up here, what shows contrast? But. So then you had to type in the words here. Okay? So that was page 1 that you guys had to do. Page 2, you had to read 2 sentences, and then you had to combine them using a conjunction, and we did one together. It was Dad and I toured the Everglades, and my sister visited the museum. Okay, well, that's a run-on the way it is. So we added comma and, so Dad and I toured the Everglades, comma, and my sister visited the museum to make it a compound sentence instead of a run-on sentence. And then you only had 4 more of those to do. So that's what you guys had yesterday. Well, hopefully, I mean, technically it's not due till Thursday, but I'm just hoping you already did it. That way you're not behind. So today, subordinating conjunctions. All right, so I'm just going to reread this again and we'll do a few of these together, okay? So, subordinating conjunctions are words that connect one part of a sentence to another. By adding the subordinating conjunction, it makes one part of the sentence dependent on the other part, meaning I need that part of the sentence for the whole thing to make sense. Two sentences are connected using a subordinating conjunction. When two sentences are connected using a subordinating conjunction, they form a complex sentence. Some subordinating conjunctions are if, because, although, after, when, and where. So here's an example. Because the hawk is desperate for food, it waits to seize its prey. So the subordinating conjunction is because. If we didn't have the word because, it would just be the hawk is desperate for food. It waits patiently to seize its prey. But we added that subordinating conjunction there. I keep on saying that word wrong. I apologize. So the directions for the 5 things on this page say, use a subordinating conjunction to write a pair of sentences as a complex sentence. Use a comma where it's needed. Type your new sentence below the old one. So I wrote my report on the Everglades. I researched my topic thoroughly. So one way to write this is after I research, how do I want to write this? Sometimes you can write these a few different ways. I'm trying to think of the best way. So I wrote my report on the Everglades. I researched my topic thoroughly. So, okay, I'm going to stick with my first one. So I'm going to say, after I
What are some chemical changes?
researched my topic thoroughly, comma, I wrote my report on the Everglades. I know my computer's slow. It'll show up in a second. Hopefully, maybe.
Can I tell you what I put, Miss Kneifel?
Yeah, sure.
I put I wrote my report on the Everglades because I researched my topic thoroughly.
All right, so by adding that subordinating conjunction, normally it's right at the beginning. But I would take that because after. So read it what you said to me again.
I wrote my report on the Everglades because I researched my topic thoroughly. Wait, let me redo it for you so you can understand me better. I wrote my report on the Everglades, because I researched my topic thoroughly.
All right, so instead of the word because, I want you to use the word after there. So it'd be, I wrote my report on the Everglades, after I researched my topic thoroughly, okay? But normally when we use these subordinating conjunctions, they go at the very beginning, just like after right here, okay? That's just where a subordinating conjunction goes because then it connects the first part to the second, okay?
Okay.
So let's do another one. Our class saw the sun set over the still water. We all sighed in amazement. So we could say, when our class, my computer's moving slow. When our class saw the sun set over the water, we all sighed in amazement. So you're telling me when it happened. Okay, so when our class saw the sun set over the water, we all sighed in amazement. This is, I spelled that wrong.
I put we all sighed in amazement after.
So that would be another one. So look, now you have 2. And where or if has to be at the beginning, okay? So you need it at the front of your sentence, okay?
Yeah, I did.
That's not what you said.
Yes, I did.
All right, read it again.
I said, hold on, let me find it again.
I don't like procedures.
Anaya, be quiet, please. Sorry. Where is it? Sorry, I can't find it. Oh, there we go.
You can,
When oh, I lost it. I don't even know. I'm just gonna go with
right, so
yours.
you could, I said, when our class saw the sunset over the water, we all sighed in amazement. Or you could say, after our class saw the sunset over the water, we all sighed in amazement. So you could have put when or after at the front, though. And in between the two sentences, like where the period is, instead of the period, you put a comma. So you only have 3 more to do on this page yourself. And remember, you're going to do your personal best and try these. We go over this whole thing on Thursday, remember? So don't panic if you get a little bit confused. And you can always go back on Brain Pop and watch the conjunction video. That might help too. So you only have 3 more on that page. And then this one, just reviewing conjunctions. So there's only 5 on this page, and we're going to do one together. So once again, a conjunction is a word that connects other words in a sentence. And, but, and or are coordinating conjunctions. They connect 2 words or 2 groups of words or 2 sentences. A sentence formed when coordinating conjunction is used is called a compound sentence, right? And, but, and or makes a compound. But if we use words like if, because, although, after, and when, we make a sentence using subordinating conjunctions, which is a complex sentence. So the directions say, highlight each conjunction in the sentence before, and tell whether it is coordinating or subordinating. So some fish can't survive in salty water, but some thrive in it. So this has the word but in it, so we automatically know it is going to be a coordinating conjunction. So I'm going to highlight the word but, and then I'm going to write coordinating on my line. Okay? And then this one. Where there is salt water, the ocean is nearby. Okay, and, but, and or aren't in that sentence. So we know it is a subordinating one, and where would be a subordinating conjunction. So we would highlight the word where. And on the line, you're going to write subordinating. Okay? So there you have 2 of those done. You only have 3 left. And then the last page is the same as always. You have to read the paragraph and then fix the sentences by highlighting which answer you think is the best choice.
Can you go back to the page where you highlighted the 2 lines?
This page?
Yeah, I can't see the words like when you're doing them.
I'll read them again. So, or I guess I can zoom in. So you had to highlight the conjunction in each sentence and tell whether it is coordinating or subordinating. So some fish can't survive in salty water, comma, but some thrive in it. So the word but is a coordinating conjunction. So I highlighted but and I wrote coordinating on my line. The next one, and, but, and or were not in that sentence. So I knew it had to be a subordinating. The word where is a subordinating conjunction. So where, at the beginning of my sentence, I highlighted it and then added subordinating. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Did someone just make a comment? All right. What other questions do we have? Like I always, grammar. Can you put some? Yeah, you can do that, Julian. That's fine, as long as I know what you're saying. Does anyone have any questions about what we are doing with grammar? We probably will not have a live grammar tomorrow. You instead can use the time to work on your homework. I'm going to post the link to the, whatchamacallit again? Not again, but I'm going to post the link to the, I can't think of the word, Brain Pop video in case you guys want to watch that. I'll post that. And then Thursday, we will have grammar at 1 p.m. and we will go over the entire worksheet together. We'll answer any more questions and stuff, but you have to try it on your own first. Are there any questions? We are not having a live read aloud today. No live read aloud. We will start up the book again tomorrow. So no live read aloud today. We will read tomorrow. But if we don't have any questions, you guys are free to go. Work on this grammar. Remember, it is due by 8 a.m. on Thursday.
Miss Knife, can you stay on for a minute to help me with the reviewing conjunction? Because I missed the one that you went over with.
Okay. All right, you have to read it to me. Which one?
Okay.
Do you want help?
review conjunctions. Some fish can't survive in
Oh no.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry. I kicked you off. My bad. That was my bad. All right, try again. Sorry, that was totally my bad. I clicked the button.
That's okay. It says some fish can't survive in salty water, but some thrive in it.
All right, so that word "but," when it goes from some fish can't survive, but some can, you're going to highlight the word "but," and that is a coordinating conjunction because and, but, and or are the coordinating conjunctions we talked about. So all you have to do is highlight the word "but" and write coordinating on the line. Okay?
Okay. So hold on. So highlight the word but and then write
Just write that it's a coordinating conjunction on the line.
coordinating conjunction. Can you do one more with me before we get off?
Yeah. So the second one, read that one to me.
Where there is salty water, the ocean is nearby.
Right. So is the word and, but, and or in that sentence?
No.
No, which means it's not a coordinating conjunction. We automatically know it's a subordinating conjunction. And our subordinating conjunctions are first word in our sentence. So you highlight the word where, which is a subordinating conjunction, and write subordinating on the line. Okay?
Okay, and highlight where.
Yes, and highlight where.
So the next one, I will get that one. Isn't R one of the
Not one of the ones we've talked about, so that won't be one. It'll be and, but, and or, okay?
So which one would I put?
All right,
Because
read the whole sentence to me.
the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, I see the and. And the and would be a coordinating conjunction.
Yep.
And then you can keep salty fish. You can keep salty water fish or freshwater finish in a fish lake, in a fish tank.
Yep, so it would be,
Or.
yep, so it'd be another coordinating one.
Okay, so that's coordinating. And then salty water fish are often brighten and more, which would be conjunction, colorful than freshwater fish, but they are more difficult to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a coordinating.
Yes, and it would be but because we're talking about blah, 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 blah. Oh, because the word and is in there, but they're talking about colorful and whatever. But that's not the part of the sentences we're connecting. We're connecting that they are harder to take care of and they're colorful and stuff. So it is but that would be highlighted.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep. I will be turning this in today because it's all done.
Okay, then Thursday we'll go over the whole thing, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Bye. Enjoy
Bye.
your day.